Maybe for you this seems simple, but for many others it's not. It's about how to connect this type of connector, which is usually called 3.5 millimeters, to an iPhone that doesn't have a port for that. Obviously, you might say, well, I'll just use the connector to transform the lightning port, which is the one the iPhone charger has. You might think, I'll buy an adapter like this one, or even one like this, and you might wonder why I have so many adapters. That's why I'm making this video, to save you from what happened to me personally, for being stubborn, for being foolish, for thinking about things I shouldn't have. But basically, what happens is, I'll even jump ahead a bit, is that in the future, iPhones are supposed to come with USB-C ports, but they never say they'll come with a port for wired headphones. So in the future, this type of adapter might get updated, and instead of Lightning, it'll be USB-C, and we'll be able to use it the same way, USB-C here and the 3.5 millimeters connector there. So what happens, and why do I have these adapters? How do we solve the question in the title of this video about how to connect wired headphones or earphones, or even microphones? Because this here is a Boya microphone, which is well known by many people. So what happened is that I first bought this adapter on Mercado Libre. I'm not blaming Mercado Libre at all, but I bought it in a rush, thinking I needed one to record videos with my iPhone. The iPhone has a good camera, but the audio isn't really my favorite. So what I did was order this, and as soon as I saw it arrive with this blue thing around it, I started to suspect. This type of adapter works completely. In fact, any adapter will work. The only thing is that this one and the other one that also has a blue ribbon are generic adapters, meaning they're not original Apple ones like this one you see here, which is even a bit smaller than the others. What happens is that these adapters will work for you, but when you take your phone, your iPhone, and connect it, it will detect the earphones or the microphone as if it were Bluetooth. For example, I'm going to connect it now, and what I'm going to do next is take the headphones and plug them in. Just watch what happens as soon as I connect it. I'll leave it here so you can see it. Look, I have the phone here. See this? It says accessory connected. Unlock the iPhone to configure it. So I unlock it, and what it's going to tell me is that I have something connected via Bluetooth, meaning I'm connecting it via Bluetooth. So right now, it detects it as if it were Beats headphones. And what happens with this? If they're wired headphones, you'll be able to hear perfectly. You can put them on, and they won't cause any issues. You'll hear just fine. But the problem comes when you want to use the microphone, whether it's a lavalier mic or the mic from a hands-free headset. It's going to sound terrible, really horrible, because it detects it as a Bluetooth device. I don't know why the iPhone system does this, but it basically rejects that connection, and what you get is this awful audio. You'll sound super robotic, like you're really far away, no matter how professional the headphones or microphone you have are. That's the big difference between these devices, like this one here, which is a generic one, and this one here that's square-shaped because it has two connections. The first one is for connecting headphones, and the second one, if I'm not mistaken, is also for connecting another lightning cable, meaning you can charge it at the same time. It kind of works, but it fails a lot, honestly. I knew this one was generic. I thought it was original, but it turned out not to be. Then finally, I bought this one, which is an Apple one. So what happens? As soon as we connect this, what we're going to do is just use it. I'll plug it in here and then connect the headphones, and it's going to work without any issues. To establish the connection, and actually, look, the screen doesn't even turn on because it doesn't detect a pairing or an accessory or anything. It just detects some headphones or a microphone connected. Now, for those thinking about recording with this using their official camera or the traditional app, let me tell you that if you use these generic adapters, since they get detected as Bluetooth, it won't let you record with that microphone by default. It'll tell you that you need to set it up in some external app, download an external app that will likely charge you for having it, and once you have it, you'll be able to choose your microphone or headphones to record with. However, here's the big problem. It starts to sound terrible. Even though you can choose it to record with an external microphone, the recording will sound awful. So, as a recommendation from the start, no matter how tempting it is to see packages on AliExpress, Mercado Libre, Amazon, or wherever, where these come in packs of 10 for $1 or this one costs 20 cents or whatever. Even these two were pretty expensive for me, these two together. Always go to the official Apple website or an official Apple distributor where they literally assure you that the adapter is completely original, which is basically this one. Now, besides that, there's another problem because what I'm trying to do is solve all those doubts that I had at one point and couldn't find videos about anywhere. Some people, even with the original adapter, which is this one, have the issue where it detects it as if they just connected some Beats headphones or any brand of Bluetooth headphones. If that happens to you when buying an original adapter, it doesn't mean it's fake or that someone tried to scam you. It could just be that it came damaged from the factory. So, what do? Replace it because that's why the microphone won't work properly. And it's very likely that in the long run, even though conventional headphones like these, let me show you, these are the ones I personally use, the ones you put in your ear and that have traditional connectors. I don't know when they decided to get rid of that connector on phones, but that's another topic. Anyway, even though you can hear well with these when you connect them with this adapter, over time, the generic ones or the ones that come damaged from the factory usually break down faster. When you're connected to the iPhone and just move it a little, the volume suddenly drops, or the music pauses out of nowhere, or the song changes just because you move the cable a bit. This, as you can see, is very rigid. Some might say it's better for it to be rigid because, as you can see, these cables are too. I mean, I'm not even putting pressure on them, and they're really stiff. They stay straight. I can hit it like this, and it goes back to the same spot. Meanwhile, this one works the same way. Look, it's super rigid. I touch it, and it goes back, while the iPhone one is completely soft. Look at this. I literally do this, and it moves on its own. I move this one, and look, it doesn't move at all. The other one is very similar. Look at this. It stays completely rigid, and just by moving it a little, see how it moves. This probably means it's designed for situations where sometimes in our jeans pocket, when we use this, it bends, and being like this makes it easier because it moves a lot. It's very soft. You don't have to force it or anything. While these here, to put them somewhere, you have to force them, and if you don't keep pressure on it, I can let it go, and it goes back to the same spot. So, this is what I wanted to tell you and show you how you can connect any type of microphone that has a traditional 3.5mm headphone jack, and even microphones of this style because sometimes we don't have Bluetooth microphones to connect directly or other types of microphones that work directly with the iPhone. So, here's the solution. It's this little adapter. If you want to get the original one, I'll try to leave a link for you. If you're in Colombia, it'll be from Mercado Libre Colombia, or if not, from Amazon in the U.S. Let me see if I can find a link for you to buy it. If I haven't left it, please remind me in the comments so I can get it to you. That said, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching this video, Usant.